Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's super important yet often overlooked in relationships, marriage values. You know, when we think about marriage, we often get caught up in the romance and the fairy tale aspect, but there are some fundamental values that really determine the strength and longevity of a relationship. So, let's break it down. First up, we have material value. This is about whether your partner can provide you with material support. Now, I know what you might be thinking: money isn't everything, right? But think about it like this. If you're in a partnership, it's kind of like running a business together. You need resources to keep the operation going. If your partner can't provide that, can they at least bring emotional value to the table? That's the second point: emotional value, which includes intimacy, security, and a sense of belonging. It's like having a solid foundation for a house. Without it, everything else can crumble.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting. So like if someone is financially struggling, but they're super supportive emotionally, does that balance out? I mean, it's like if you have a friend who's always there for you during tough times, but they can't lend you money, does that still count as valuable?
Exactly. It's all about balance. And that leads us to the third value: growth value. Being with someone should ideally help you grow, learn new things, and become a better version of yourself. Think of it like a gym membership for your mind and soul. If your partner is just sitting on the couch while you're trying to lift your life weights, that's not going to help you get stronger, right? So, do you think it's possible for someone to grow in a relationship, even if they're not with the most ambitious partner?
That's a good point. I mean, I guess it depends on how you define growth. Like, what if one person is super ambitious and the other is more laid back? Can they still inspire each other? Or is it more like one person is dragging the other down?
Great question. It really depends on the dynamics of the relationship. Sometimes, the laid-back partner can provide a sense of calm and stability that allows the ambitious one to thrive. It's like having a solid anchor while you're sailing through life's storms. But if both partners are stagnant, that's when you need to reevaluate. And that brings us to the fourth value: physiological value. This is about whether your partner can support you in daily life tasks, like cooking and chores. It's not just about sharing the load, it's about teamwork. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt overwhelmed with responsibilities and your partner just didn't step up?
Oh my gosh, yes. I remember this one time I was juggling work and school and my partner just didn't help out at all. I felt like I was drowning. It's like, how can you be in a partnership if you're not sharing the responsibilities? It's so frustrating.
Exactly. And if any one of these four values is being met, then the marriage can still be considered viable. But if none of them are, you really have to ask yourself what you're pursuing in that relationship. It's like trying to drive a car with no gas. You're not going anywhere. And let's not forget, happiness is subjective. Even if you're financially independent, the warmth and care from your partner are still crucial. If they're busy working all the time, it's essential to learn gratitude for what they do provide, even if it's not enough emotional support. Have you ever had to practice gratitude in a tough relationship?
I think so. It's like when you're in a rough patch, you have to focus on the little things, right? Like maybe they brought you coffee one morning and you're like, wow, that's so sweet. But then you realize, wait, I need more than just coffee. It's like, how do you balance that?
That's the art of love, my friend. It's about value exchange and cooperation. Love is an art form, and communication is the technique. It's not just about finding answers to every problem, but about navigating life's complexities together. Sometimes, wisdom lies in knowing when to speak up and when to let things be. If your personality traits are blocking you from achieving more in your relationship, it's time for some self-reflection. Sticking to your guns without considering the consequences can lead to stubbornness and narcissism. Have you ever had to reflect on your own behavior in a relationship?
Oh, wow, yes. I think we all have those moments where we're like, wait, am I the problem here? It's like a light bulb moment. You realize you might be holding on to something that's not serving you or your partner. It's wild.
Absolutely. Those moments of self-awareness can be transformative. It's like looking in a mirror and finally seeing the real you, the one that needs to grow and adapt. Relationships are a dance, and sometimes you have to change your steps to keep the rhythm going. What do you think is the hardest part about making those changes?
I think it's the fear of change. Like, what if you change and your partner doesn't? It's like, do you risk losing what you have, or do you just stay stuck? It's such a tricky balance.